against the back line or
Yeah.
cover the
I do that. That's exactly what I
tuberosities.
do.
Push the pallet in, and then everything else like that into the sulcus. Sometimes it helps with a hot knife. You just go like this. Cut it to the line. Take this off. You can push it with your finger into the for a nice fit. There we go. There's very little to do already in the back, except cut that back a little bit, and you push it in. Make sure it's not thick. Like that. There we go.
Okay, 1 minute.
Already
That took 1
see
minute.
that. Then I use this bit with the upper.
So you cut those things off. I've been bending them down, so that's maybe why I've
so
been.
it's nice and even this way.
Yeah. Okay, I'll
Roll
start doing
it
that.
up.
Because that makes it uneven for me.
And I use that like that. Start there, out. Always make sure I make the front bit like that. So out there, not pushed in, and these guys come back. Yeah. Push it, squish it while it's soft like this. There we go.
Don't use the disc.
No. And these bits, then I use them to seal it.
Well, the timing is kind of perfect. I mean, surely no one's more excited about this new baby than you.
I literally, my son barely knows how to start. I am going to respect the wishes of the couple who have said in the last couple of years that they would like to have maximum privacy at all times for their family affairs. So I intend to make no comment about this arrival, but to honour the wishes of the
What did you make of the name, Lilibet? Does it sound like a
Seal it like this.
Well, I just think it's sort of quite ironic, isn't it? You've got this couple who
Using the same wax
the royal family have been honoring you for the last few weeks.
for these guys.
They named the baby after the Queen, who was of course the head of the royal family and the head of the monarchy. So maybe it's their way
Feel any cracks?
reaching out, as the Americans say, to the royals and wanting some kind of end to this ongoing feud. But look, I always think when a new baby born, I've had four myself, it's very churlish to put a negative slant at such a moment. So I wish them all the very best, all of the family now, and I wish them every success in the long, happy life.
So you like Megan now?
Let's not get too far. I'm just going to be brave. I like her as much as she likes me.
Do you reckon you see a day is where there will be peace on earth between you two?
Well, I sort of have an idea that one day, we'll go back to my pub, we'll take that first drink together, and we'll sort of put the world to rights, and I'll be able to ask all the supplementary questions that Oprah Winfrey forgot to ask when Meghan was telling her.
So these guys are not too worried, just a little bit
Such as?
like that, shorter.
Such as when you said you got married
That's basically it.
with the Archbishop of Canterbury in your backyard.
Look from the front.
If it had been true, the Archbishop of Canterbury would have committed a criminal offence and would have had to have been arrested and would now be languishing in a British prison, which would be a bit uncomfortable.
Well, I'll try doing it that way.
Then just straighten it up. Yeah. You can use your shovel for this. And just make sure that these are all kind of even. Strip this out so it's about a 5 mil, not too thick.
Understand that you don't like Meghan Markle. You made it so clear a number of times on this program, but yet you continue to trash her. Okay, I'm done with this. No, sorry. So, do you know what?
So then you smooth this.
Is that the right height now?
Yeah, I can see it. Of course it's the right height. So you smooth that like that.
Oh, you're up to 5 minutes. So that's what we're all going to aim for, 5 minutes to that
Trying
step.
extra hard, do it quicker. Yeah, it's nice and smooth, that's all you need here. Doesn't have to be any better than that. Yeah, eh? And just, well, I mean, shovel will give you a better line.
Well, I've got to try and do it the way you're doing it, and then might just straighten it out with the shovel at the very end, maybe.
You can push them in, well, if you think it's sticking out a bit, make that straight line. Push this out, so that's not fringing the tongue. These are in the straight line. To me, it looks pretty straight.
All right, I'm going to try and make the same.
Yeah.
6 minutes you're up to. Now what do you do? The
Well, you
peripheries, take
normally
it off and do the peripheries.
Yeah, you do the lower because this is still soft, but I'm just going to take it off. Just round.
Oh, so you start on the lower and then do
While you
this.
wait till it sets a bit, so otherwise it can be a bit soft.
Okay, maybe that's why mine distorts so quickly.
Let it settle, and you do the lower and do these
You
guys.
start on the lower and then you come back to that to do the peripheries, do you?
Well, I'm holding it ever
Oh.
so gently. I'm just
Yeah.
like with my fingertips. I'm not
Try
pushing
and
on
finish.
anything.
Yeah.
Just doing the line. But to me, it doesn't matter. For college, if you want it pretty, you can. And again, I just go over like this. It gives it a nice straight edge like that.
Yeah. Don't need to flame it then. Okay.
Yeah, it's nice even peripheries. If that's too thick, you make.
Take
So
it
this is the finished denture. That's how the finished denture. See the flanges? They're not thick, they're not thin. It's just that's the right height. If you really want a nice edge, you could do that. Yeah, that's it. I mean, if you really, really want to, look from the front. You want that not going in. See, that's so. That's why I always try and push this with your finger. Just push that one out. And if you really want to, you can do that. You don't need to.
Alright, and I'll take a picture of that as finished.
There.
All right, let me take a picture.
Then you
Put it
put
down so I can-
the two V's.
8 minutes you're up to. You didn't do it in direct. Let's put it in front here so I can take a
I'm
picture.
trying extra hard. Normally I wouldn't.
Rush this. Or would you? So it's not quite 5 and 8. That you're happy.
I'm not
You're happy with
fast.
that.
I'm not fast. This is like
But still try for 5 and 8 at the back. Yes.
yeah. But it's not in.
It's not in.
I want them spread out. Not like an upper. You cut a line.
The legs out. I cut a little bit
Legs,
more out.
legs. Oh yeah. And I put the legs and
Like
these
that.
here first, like the line is there. So these go right in.
Okay, we will all do the same.
Push
Supreme leader
Push
way.
it down. Like that. And cut this away.
This is going on our Supreme Leader site.
To the pencil mark kind of thing where you've drawn your design. Cut this out. And push it in. So it's always with a bit of force, so it's like nice and tight fit. And there's the pencil mark here. And just cut this out a little bit. There. So this one needs a fair bit, so just that is not enough. We probably roll this one.
So take a half sheet.
We'll just see if it depends on the ridge. That's wouldn't be enough. If it was huge ridge, then that might be enough, but otherwise
Oh, I see.
it's not really. I'm just going to give it another roll. That's probably enough.
So you kind of know roughly by your experience.
So I'm just going to push that straight line out there, out there, out there. Because that rolls up, I'm just going to chop this away.
Tricky trick.
Like that. Huh?
Already perfect, nearly.
Almost. So we do that. We'll push this forward. We keep these in a straight line. Remembering those lines. That's where our ridge is. It doesn't need to be any higher.
So 3 minutes gets you to this point. Cut them.
This has got enough thickness to just, without putting anything in,
You just seal
to
it.
melt it in into the.
Well, welcome back. A new financial support package has been announced to help struggling Australians fall through the snap COVID-19 lockdowns.
Don't have to make anything messy. Everything is just, if you have.
To talk us through, we've joined by today financial expert Effie Zappos from the studios. We spent all weekend on this.
There we go.
Just for you, Rory. Just explain to exactly what this national disaster plan is. So it was actually confirmed on Friday's initial cabinet that Commonwealth will pick up the bill for this. So essentially what this is not
Keep those lines straight.
So in some way, it does give the government some kind of control. If the states want to do a lockdown, then they'll only pay based on this premise. So what we're looking at now is you can get up to $500 depending on the number of hours that you actually have lost work.
Who's eligible under what is
Okay, so this is
4.5 minutes.
and basically to be eligible for this.
So the other one took 8.
I haven't done them for a long time, you see.
Yeah,
That's
but I
what-
know, I don't want
used
you to
do 'em-
rush, but this is kind of a
I used to
normal
do 'em- I
pace.
used to do them in 5 minutes. One bite block, 5 minutes.
Supreme leader style. You're coming up to 5 minutes now. You've dropped your ball game.
So there's a little tip there. The other thing is, if you are receiving job seeker payments, you want to get this. And this is the gripe, because a lot of people receiving job seeker, what's that, around $300 a week? This is up to $500. They're doing some part-time work to supplement that. So they will not get actual payment. And this is the concern. This is going to be a national
So
that we work on.
at this stage, you would go and do your upper or
Go
go
back
on
to
to
your
the
upper.
next. I didn't put a wire in it because there's enough thickness in this. If it was,
So you let that rest now before you take it off?
I'm just looking at, always look from the front and see, you can see one side is a little low.
Yeah.
You adjust it. This. That's probably a little high here. You can cut that away. Cut this away a little bit. Well, that's basically
And then
it.
just
So
do
you-
the peripheries
yeah,
later?
Yeah, just you can take this
Oh,
off.
sorry,
but-
the edges now, peripheries.
Hmm.
great stuff. Appreciate it. It's 8 o'clock here on Saturday.
Sometimes they get caught there.
So wait for it to dry or you take it off
Oh, you
now?
can. And just be very careful. See the pencil mark? Just
I think that's why some people don't like to pencil it in, but anyway. We will for a while.
The outbreak spreads in aged care and the mystery from the dangerous new strain deepens.
Today, weather alert, the East Coast bracing for
Not try not when you melt it so it doesn't run on your bite block
Inside the
onto
bite
the
block.
fitting surface or in the on the bite block
Yeah.
itself. All that good work you've just done, you don't want to spoil it. Just
Neon Film is live. One game with Bad back together today, Monday, the 7th of June, 2021.
no.
That was a song back in the day, wasn't it? This is a break royal news. The Duchess of Sussex, Meghan Markle, and Prince Harry are the proud parents of a little baby girl.
Beautiful.
That's it. That's a finished denture kind of thing. Put it back in. Yeah, it's nice. Nothing's running up, down.
Nice and thick at the back, 1 centimetre thin at the front.
Your V's in.
Look,
Little ones, not too big. If you're really
Alright.
fussy, you can brush flame it.
we're fussy. Okay, I'll take pictures of it for the perimeter so it looks like that every denture. We're going to make it like that.
Yeah. Push it down a little bit so it kind of line up.
Beautiful. Thank you.